Hi there, signs of Pisces. Look, I hope that camera stops shaking. Time. Okay. This is Kim here to do your reading. It's going to be a bonus reading for the month of April 2023. Hope you're doing really good. I hope your day is as beautiful as it is here. And we are pulling some cards from the Oracle first. This is the Shaman's Dream. And then we might pull from the Kipper fortune telling deck. And I have the Journey of the Sacred Bee. So let's see what we get for Pisces. Extra messages here for Pisces for the month of April. All right. All right. Hey, messages, please, Spirit, for Pisces. Messages for Pisces. What do you want them to know? Let's get a few more. Ooh, that's the... This reminds me of like a space portal with this crossing initiation. First breath, beginner's mind. Do one more. Okay, we'll do two more. Bottom of the deck is empty well, time to replenish. So there is some area or one area, maybe not a lot of areas, maybe just one area of your life that needs some excitement, some replenishing or something like that. Let's see, what do we have? So we have first breath, beginner's mind, 21, 54, the crossing, the initiation. Really kind of like reminds me of travel and portals and all that kind of cool stuff. 8, crown games, right use of power. Crown games, right use of power. And then I have, I like this one, drifter, which is it reminds me of this beginner's breath, the drifter card. 14, experiencing life as it comes. I wonder what the crown games, right use of power is. I wonder if that's something to do like with the emperor type energy, you know. So I have 26, gathering around the power of community. The power of community. Okay, and then it's kind of like an extra 2, Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, and Stranger, Curiosity. Well, so this is really interesting. So there's, I mean, obviously there is something that you're about to kind of like drift into. Going somewhere exciting, I don't know. I see a lot of travel here in these cards. And maybe this stranger, maybe there's a stranger that is met on some kind of vacation or some kind of travel. Maybe this person's part of your community or part of a community that you're part of. It does say gathering round, so it's specifically saying people that are getting together for you know, from a certain community. Could be talking about online too, you know, where we when you gather for certain meditations and things like that. So it might be talking about the power and the strength that you have, you know, just in your community that you're involved in. But drifter, experiencing life as it comes. I almost feel like this might be associated, like I said, with not only you meeting a person. That looks like the guy from Blue October. I just noticed that. I know that might be so completely irrelevant, but if you listen to the group Blue October, wow, I don't know why that just comes like across as looking like that person. So this could also be somebody that you might meet that is kind of like a drifter, somebody who just kind of comes and goes And they might be drifting into your life, maybe to give you inspiration, or maybe because they're looking for some kind of part of a community to join, and you're just the one that's like powerful and that can help this person. Maybe this is how you're also appearing to somebody else. Like you might be that stranger to somebody. You might be appearing very mysterious, and yeah. So crown games, the right use of power. Maybe this will work. I wonder if this will work. You have it? Okay. Oh, how pretty. We're going to see. We're going to see if this will work. I think this will work. All right, give us some more messages from the Kipper deck here. We got a lot going on. I don't know what the Crown Games is about, but we'll find out. The crossing says the initiation. There might be some kind of like group that maybe you're even joining. Maybe this is like a spirit initiation, something where you've just seen the word initiation a lot, and it might have to do with that. What is this about? Imprisonment 29. This card comes across to me as the Eight of Swords energy of like, it's a situation where you feel trapped, and it probably has to do with that empty well of feeling trapped in a situation that's not really paying back or giving back to yourself. And you can be trapped in a job you don't enjoy. You can be trapped in you know what I mean? You're not, literally, we're not really trapped, but we can feel like we're trapped. We can feel like we're trapped. And I feel like that's when that card comes out. I have High Honor, 25. And that would probably come with the right use of power with the Crown Games, right use of power. High Honor. I have Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. I wonder if this lady is representing a Moon Maiden for you. Like somebody that comes in kind of mysterious and changes things. She's very ethereal looking here. New Beginnings. Main female. Those two definitely go together. Moon Maiden. New Beginnings. Main female. Okay, so give us some more information. What else about this imprisonment and High Honor? Sudden wealth. Sudden wealth. 11. Sudden wealth. Whether your reading's getting interesting. You are interesting, as I was going to say. Your reading is very interesting. Let's get one more. The pathway, you know what? That wanted to come out, but I was like, I don't know. I'm wondering. The reason I didn't necessarily pull it when I saw it wanting to come out is because I was wondering what kind of pathway. Is it this pathway? Is it the pathway of going from a place of not so high honor to high honor? These cards are coming across as very similar to, there may be also a person that comes into your life that has some kind of connection or a pathway to sudden wealth, or how to attain something that maybe you haven't seen before, like the way that they're being able to show you. Message of concern is on the bottom of the deck. Message of concern on the bottom of the deck. Gathering around the power of community. Here's the pathway. these look very similar to each other. The more I notice that, these look very similar. And the drifter is like, there's these waterfalls, and the sailboat, which, you know, sailboat, especially one like this, is going to be very reliant on where the wind wants to take you. Sometimes the wind will take you on a divine detour, but and maybe even a circle and come back right back to the same place. But there's a new experience each time, and it's kind of like trusting nature or trusting the universe here to provide this path for you. Some of us could definitely feel at times like we're trapped by wealth, you know, we're trapped in the rat race of like always needing it, and we all need it for one reason or another. But yeah, it might be talking about that too. I'm going to focus on the crossing for a second. Because this too is coming across as like having something to do with this pathway. Ten of disc on the bottom. Journey of the Sacred Bee. Tell me more about the crossing. Tell me more about the crossing. Tell Pisces more about the crossing. It's Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse. It's Temperance in the reverse. I've always looked at that as like, okay, it's divine timing for something, or something has divine timing like written all over it. And that would be the divine timing. Like, time's up, time for this, time for your initiation. I don't know if something's off balance, but I wouldn't have said that unless there's something off balance. I don't usually say that. But you're losing patience with somebody. Tell me about this Temperance in the reverse. You could have Sagittarius energy also. Losing patience. King of Wands. It's with something that you're building or that somebody else is building. The King of Wands is a master builder, able to build lots of things. There is a pathway here. There is a pathway. So it might be dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius. And I'm wondering if this drifter or someone who's just passing through, if they might be a Leo or Sagittarius energy. So why the losing patience? Because of waiting on news for a very long time. Waiting on some news to change. I also have the Hermit in the reverse on the bottom. So waiting on some kind of news to change. This is the pathway. This is the way to some kind of initiation that you have been long waiting for. Maybe another person has been waiting for this with you also. Because you're building it, because this pathway because you took a pathway, then you took a chance on compassion with stranger energy to just kind of open up, something is going to be built, or something has been built. So there is something very serious about this card, in the sense of like, seriously, been waiting for something. All right. Leo, Aries, or Sag. All right, so this is something you've been waiting, this initiation or crossing is something you've been waiting on for a while. It's something that you've been building, I feel like, yeah, building for yourself and appearing very masterfully as you're doing it. New beginnings and beginner's mind. And main female, I feel like, go together. This first breath is also adding the touch or the element of a manifestation that is new, that is about to take off or be born from an experience. Or from this state, like there's something being born out of this into a new beginning. Okay, tell me about first breath. Tell me about first breath. The Eight of Disc. The Eight of Disc. Isn't that interesting that, I mean, to just put it down and it says Eight of Disc, mastery, and then breath. So maybe it's also about breathing exercises, you know, that can really, that's kind of where it starts. Ascended master, mastery, ascended masters, breath work. All in all, it gets something working in it. And it's, I don't know if it's the work that's bringing in sudden wealth, but it's mastery and some kind of skill, talent, or ability. That could have been something that was birthed to, or brought to the life, I guess you could say, as like a spiritual talent, a gift or ability. Might be part of like an initiation or part of something just kind of being turned on. I don't know, DNA or something like that. Something where there's a skill, a gift, or ability. It might involve this main female. It definitely involves being kind of curious about this. And the Eight of Disc is like not just accumulation with wealth, but these two cards together are, I mean, very good for wealth. This is throwing money back. But it might be something that, like, because of some kind of gift, talent, or skill coming in, it comes in quick. It's something sudden. It's a skill. It's a talent. It was a pathway to sudden wealth. That's interesting. Tell us about the main female. Give us a card on the main female. The Six of Wands. All victory for you all. No playing around. This is all victory. This is all victory. This is something that this person or the situation was not for necessarily recognition or even fame. It wasn't for that. It was just for the sake of doing something the way they felt was right, and it turned out to be a victory. It just happened to come along with, now there's going to be recognition for this. Now there may even be some fame for this. The Six of Wands is your victory, but it's also everybody else's victory too. And I see that as a big X there too with that beehive, as this is a completion. It's a victory and a completion. It might be even something like karmically a victory and a completion for someone. It's the initiation. All right, so now we're going to get to imprisonment, because I got to keep moving forward. I'm not sure if all of these are connected. That's why I'm not actually connecting these, because there's something about these two that go together to me, and definitely Crown Games, right use of power goes together to me. So let's put these up here. Up there. First breath. All right, so I want to find out about this imprisonment. Gathering around the power of community. Tell me more about what imprisonment is representing here for Pisces. The Two of Swords in the reverse. Usually has to do with something not being your decision necessarily. I hope this is resonating, because I mean, you do want to move past stalemates or blocks, but is there anything to really decide at this point? Not usually when the Two of Swords is already in the reverse. Crown games, right use of power, and high honor. So I feel like this has to do with something that's more of a decision of a group than just one person. Tell me more about imprisonment and Two of Swords reverse. Or there's something that, well, no, it's exactly coming across me as something you don't have necessarily a say in. Oh, wow. But look at that beautiful energy. These even look very similar, don't they? Wow. I want to look at that from, yeah. Look at that through the camera. That's beautiful. Princess of Disc. Look, this can be an addition, a family member, an addition to a family page, being a good message, something new. It is oftentimes associated with this like path, new pathway, new adventure, new investment. So what else? So what else? Tell me about high honor, crown games. Now that is where the, okay, so here we have the Hermit. Then we have the Six of Discs in verse. So there was some shady business here. There was some shady business, lying, cheating, or stealing. I don't know if it's still there. I know that there is wise discernment and there's compassion given on somebody that had maybe made a mistake at one time due to that. Or felt like they had to sneak around. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. The Star in reverse. So this is about the disappointment. I don't know if it's like somebody lied, cheated, or stole and it resulted in imprisonment, or if it's like this is just a disappointment with what happened with this situation where somebody had the choice, but their choice ended up in being somewhat disappointing. But it's time to move past that. Because why? Because there's ultimately, even though you had disappointment, still on the pathway to something really great, something beautiful. Wow, Five of Cups is in the reverse. You're definitely letting go of clinging to the past, letting go of the disappointment. Travel. Long distance communication will open up in your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. Travel. I also have assert yourself, and that might have to do with that crown game, right use of power. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connection, and it also says birth of a child, also likely. All right, so that's what I've got, guys. If you want a private reading, just reach out to me. My email address can be found in the description box below. I have affordable readings. So other than that, sending you love and light. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.